Hi, good day to you. Welcome to this video where we'll be covering the tutorial for the UEFA Champions League. I managed to design this last year and I submitted it for the Eric USL Origami competition. I managed to win the category award and I made a video about the design process where you can check it out at the top right corner now. This year so happened that Real Madrid, the club that I support, got into the finals and I posted this on Instagram and then this happened.
Valverde then drives it in and they go ahead! Vinicius Junior! Trophies heading back to Madrid.
And yes, so I happily added more pressure onto myself to make this video, but I missed the time I set for myself at September. I did start, but I wasn't able to complete it then, and I completed it 1 month later in October now. Okay, so let's begin. Prepare a 3x1 sheet of paper. So the grid will be 25 times 75. In this example, I'll be using a 2 cm square for each grid. In my previous model, I used a 1 cm square for each grid. I think both works fine. You can choose which dimension is better for you with respect to the resources that you have. And this is the CP, so it is born out of Ori Revo and some Elias stretch. And do note the half integer grid along the 3 zones. I shall call them the zone, the Ori Revo zone. There's the left zone, center zone, and the right zone. And you can see that there are 3 columns on the right whereby they are the ones to be overlapped to the other side to close the trophy. And the gridding begins. So this is the initial pretty back-breaking process, very boring. Actually, the whole idea of this trophy is very simple, is that the execution is very laborious. So you can see over here, this is the gridded form. Prepare a template according to the dimensions of your grid. You can use Microsoft Word to help you adjust the measurements. They are pretty accurate. Then cut away the curved parts. Then you can just trace it along the paper. So trace, and one segment is done. And note that there is a free hanging crease here. Allow it to bleed all the way up to the edge of the paper. This is how it will look like. Do the same for the remaining segments in the zone and bleed the crease all the way to the top edge. Oh yeah, for this case I'm using craft. Craft is pretty good. I would say the balance between the strength and the building up of thickness. I tried other papers before. In the previous video, you can check it out. It wasn't that good, so I think craft is the easiest to handle. Repeat the same for the middle zone as well as the right zone. Okay, now we're finally going to do some actual folding. The grid line will be mountain fold. The pencil line, the traced outline will be a valley fold. Now, also another disclaimer here, because it's Ori Revo mixed with a box split technique, a lot of glue is going to be used to hold things in position. So glue this part up like shown. So this is how it will look like for one segment to be glued up. I'm going pretty slow because the rest are repeatable. So this is how it looks like for it to be glued up. You can see the shape of the trophy is beginning to emerge thanks to Origami. And do the same for the bottom creases. For the bottom creases, it's better to glue on the back end instead. So any glue dirt, it will not stain the front of the trophy. So this is what it looks like for one segment to be glued up. Repeat for the rest of the zone. And this is how it looks like. And now repeat on all the other zone, the middle and the right. This is starting to buckle up. The model won't lie flat anymore. And now start to do the Elias stretch to form the handles. The paper will shrink and occupy a lot less space from now on. Here you go, the two handles are generated very easily. And this part is pretty optional, I feel, but if you want to, you can also Elias stretch all the way to the top from the bottom to release some layers so that when the zone get joined together, there's not much thickness. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Do note the half integer. Do the repeat on the other side. So this is what it looks like. Now release a little bit of paper from the top so that the handles are able to be joined up easily. Now that little flap will be just like hidden inside the trophy. You don't have to do anything about it. Now it's time to add some wires. Over here you can add along the grooves of the body as well as the handles. This is how the handle get closed up, and do not glue up the handles. Also add wires to the rim so that it helps hold a circular shape at the top of the trophy. Now at the inside of the trophy, glue out the half integer. And if you choose to do the elide stretch at the bottom of the model, you will need to seal the model back up. You just have to glue over one layer will do and repeat on the other side. This is to help ease off the pressure built up by layers and layers of paper. And now we are really nearing the end of this tutorial. Now this is the back of the model. Overlap 3 layers. Actually, if you are comfortable, you can just cut away 2, but I chose it to be 3 to make the initial dimension a nice 3x1 rectangle. So it's not some kind of an odd dimension rectangle to start with, but as long as you have at least one segment to overlap and glue them down, it should be fine. So once again, this is how the handles should join up. So mountain fold down, and the top diagonal valley fold, valley fold. And yeah, pretty much that is about it. Just remember, do not glue down the handles. Do not add glue in the middle of the layers of the handles. The layers are meant to slide past each other to achieve a very nice curve. So if you glue them down, it will buckle. It will be ugly. What you can do is to secure them with clips or wires, and you paint over very thick methyl cellulose, also known as MC, and let it dry. And do note which is the right segment to glue down the handles to. Don't glue them in front or behind. It should be segment number 1 and segment number 9. And the last tip will be the base. I find that for the 2cm square, the square grid, the 8.1 cm diameter circle is just nice. So I printed it out. I cut it out from a cardboard and I glued it onto the base of the trophy to give it a very nice finish. Yeah, and the rest is basically up to you to do the shaping. And there you have it. This is the end of the tutorial. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you ever fold it, do post it on your socials and tag me at this handle. Have a great day, happy folding, and may the best team win this year's Champions League. Do like, subscribe, share, and comment, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!